Tonight, the deadline is inching closer as Minnesota lawmakers try and reach a budget agreement in hopes of avoiding a government shutdown. Plus, more jobs will be coming to Itasca County. We'll tell you about the business and how they got the money to get started. And despite this weekend's rain, experts are concerned about making up the deficit Minnesota is facing.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. We are 9 days away from the end of the Minnesota legislature's special session. If the state budget is not passed by then, it could mean a government shutdown. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo spoke with our local lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who share what the holdup is.
The clock is ticking for Minnesota lawmakers who still have 15 budget bills that need to be voted on by July 1st. DFL members say Republicans are slowing down the process. The counter-argument, there's not enough transparency. After a long filibuster by the Republican minority, 3 bills did get passed, but there's still little progress on major health and public safety budgets. Republican Representative Spencer Igo of the Grand Rapids area says the holdup is because budget negotiations happen behind closed doors. Adding not every member has time to research what's in each bill when it's presented to them. For example, the House debated the commerce bill today. Igo says its intricate mandates could increase energy costs and impact families.
The metro area probably won't see as much, but greater Minnesota, if we see electricity rates rise by 10-15%, our Northland families can't take that. We can't have that happening.
Some Minnesota DFLers argue Republicans are obstructing the process. If the legislature can't reach an agreement, the state would enter a government shutdown. DFL Representative Rob Eklund says that would have a big impact in northern Minnesota.
It would cause a disastrous effect on the state of Minnesota, and at this time when we're recovering from the pandemic, that's the last thing we need.
Tomorrow, the House will debate the jobs bill. Then on Wednesday, a transportation bill. Both sides also need to reach an agreement on police reform. Despite the debates, both Representatives Eklund and Igo say they're confident the budget will pass by July 1st. Lawmakers have 9 days left to make that happen.
Thank you, Kendall. And in Washington, President Biden is launching a new round of negotiations over a new infrastructure proposal with lawmakers at the White House this week. The latest bipartisan compromise plan comes in at about $1.2 trillion and has the backing of more than 20 senators. While the president's legislative agenda faces congressional gridlock, today the White House is promoting a new benefit that has already passed. That's the expanded child tax credit.
It is $3,000 per child. And for children who are 6 years old and under, it is now $3,600 per child.
The child tax credits were expanded under the American Rescue Plan. The credit pays up to $3,600 for kids under the age of 6 and $3,000 each for kids 6 to 17. But the benefit only applies to those making $75,000 or less if you're single, or $150,000 or less for married couples. While Sunday's rain helped firefighters put a big dent in a wildfire on the Iron Range, today's winds were a big concern for more flare-ups. A downed power line caused the fire on Friday, which is still burning along Highway 135 and Rockala Road near Embarrass. As of this morning, the fire was about 50% contained. It was only 20% under control on Sunday morning. Today, crews did an aerial survey and found a few small pockets of heat that they plan to attack. In all, 60 acres have burned, no structures have caught fire, and no one has been hurt. All roads in that area are back open. Experts say yesterday's rain will help ease fire danger and drought conditions, but it's not nearly enough to make up for the current rainfall deficit across the state. The entire state is classified as abnormally dry, and more than half of Minnesota is experiencing drought. The St. Croix River at Stillwater and the Minnesota River at Henderson are among the waterways with near record low water levels. Experts added Duluth, St. Cloud, and the Twin Cities are running more than 2 inches below the normal rainfall totals for the month of June. And to talk more about that is meteorologist Peter Kavakowskis. Peter, I was saying earlier, We were getting our boat into a lake this weekend, and let me tell you, it was difficult because the water levels are so low.
Yeah, we're running nearly an 1.5 inch deficit just here in Duluth alone. And as you can see on the drought monitor behind me, you can see most of us here in the Northland are classified as abnormally dry. Some places off to our west, say Brainerd, Bemidji, you can see they're running moderate drought there. And then take a look all the way out west towards North Dakota and South Dakota. You see that red color? They're running extreme to exceptional drought. But one thing that's helping us with those drought conditions is the rain we saw Sunday, as well as the rain we're seeing today. Just a few pop-up rain showers right now on satellite and radar. But currently for us here in Duluth, not looking at any rain overhead, just a few clouds. Some of those clouds could give way to a few more rain showers as we head through the rest of the evening tonight. Currently sitting at 56 for us here in Duluth, and temperatures all across the board. We're on a cool note, temperatures all across the board in the mid and upper 50s. Forecast for tonight, it's another cool one sitting at 41 degrees with those partly cloudy skies overhead. But we have a warm-up heading our way. I'll talk about it coming up. Kristen?
Thank you, Peter. A North Carolina wood manufacturing company is breaking ground in Itasca County, planning to build a state-of-the-art facility in Cohasset. The new expansion comes after lumber and building product prices spiked due to the pandemic. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with state and local leaders about what this means for the timber industry in the region.
The economy and timber industry are growing in Cohasset.
The wood is there, that's why they're here. And now we're just going to make everything in the state better.
Hugger Engineered Woods is the company behind it all. On Monday, the IRRB granted the company a $15 million loan to build the new 800,000 square foot facility. It's something state leaders say will keep the timber industry alive.
We have an absolutely terrific logging industry that we need to keep employed. Those folks provide a tremendous service to us.
Providing a service and 150 new full-time jobs once it's complete. Construction is expected to create more than 300 jobs.
This is going to revitalize the timber industry around here. It's going to put kids in school, patients in medical facilities. It's just going to benefit everything.
The facility will manufacture the company's subflooring, roof, and wall panel products, which will be used in building homes and infrastructure. As economies begin to bounce back after the pandemic, state leaders hope this will give the region some financial security.
Overall, I think it'll help having another forest products industry plant in northeast Minnesota is going to help diversify our economy even better and hopefully help stabilize things.
Both Representative Spencer Igo and Governor Tim Walz praised the facility today. We don't know when the company plans to break ground. The UW system is seeing a big jump in freshman applications for the fall. According to university reps, applications are up by about 30% over each of the last few years. That includes increases in applications from Wisconsin residents, first-generation students, and underrepresented minorities. The university credits a simplified application process, including waiving the fees. Admission rates are also up slightly. A Duluth man has been arrested in connection to a murder in St. Cloud. 45-year-old Jason Beckman is accused of going to the victim's house early Sunday and shooting a man in the doorway. Police say at this point they don't believe the two knew each other. Tonight, we're learning the victim has been identified as 68-year-old Edward Ward of St. Cloud, who was a longtime business school professor at St. Cloud State University. There's no word from police on a motive, but they're calling the shooting a random incident. And Duluth police are still searching for a suspect after a shooting in downtown Duluth Sunday. Police responded to 1st Avenue East and 3rd Street around 9:15 last night. William Urrutia was shot and taken to the hospital. Police have not said how badly the 41-year-old was hurt, but say he's in stable condition tonight. Authorities say Urrutia and the suspect, who they have not identified, do know each other. Anyone with information is asked to call the Violent Crimes Unit. We have that number on our website. Sunday's shooting was in the same location as a homicide last month in which a 22-year-old Duluth man was killed. Authorities say as of right now, they don't believe the two are connected. The Ashland man killed in a motorcycle hit-and-run crash last week has been identified. The Bayfield County Sheriff says 50-year-old Keith Damon died in the crash on Thursday. It happened on U.S. Highway 2 in the township of Eileen. Police have been looking for the driver of a black SUV involved. That person was eventually located and taken in for questioning. No word if charges will be filed. A Gogebic County deputy is facing a felony charge after injuring a handcuffed inmate. Scott Voigt faces 1 count of misdemeanor assault and battery and 1 felony count of misconduct in office by a public official. According to the Michigan Attorney General, in February of last year, Voigt ordered an inmate to kneel so he could remove their handcuffs. Before the inmate could fully kneel, the Attorney General says Voigt threw him to the ground. They added the inmate was not resisting and suffered injuries, including a fractured rib. Voigt faces 5 years in prison if convicted. He was released on $5,000 bond. His next court date has not been set. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, giving back to those who give so much. That's the goal of a new Duluth business. How they plan to do that next.
And we've still got some rain on satellite radar right now on this Monday evening, but the trend is for us to get drier and warmer as summer-like weather returns. I'll time it all out coming up in the extended forecast.
You're watching the CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinseth, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by ServiceMaster.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Invasive species are organisms that are non-native to an ecosystem. They outcompete native species and reduce the quality of our resources. We can all prevent the spread by following the simple clean, drain, and dry steps. Clean all watercraft, trailers, and outdoor equipment. Drain all water from boat live wells, motors, ballast tanks, and bilges. And lastly, thoroughly dry all equipment and gear. Do your part to preserve our amazing outdoor heritage for future generations.
Frozen, yet a Coke. Not a solid, but not a liquid. They're a paradox of deliciousness. Enjoy an icy cold Minute Maid slushie, available for a limited time only.
It's the extreme deal of the day. Call now and get fast internet for less than $20 a month. If you ever thought about switching internet providers, the time to do it is now. For a limited time, you can get Access Internet 60 with speeds up to 60 meg and in-home Wi-Fi for only $19.99 a month for 1 year. Plus, there's no contract to sign. This is your chance to get real high-speed internet without the high price. Call 855-330-4175 today.
Get to Hayward, Wisconsin for the 71st Annual Muskie Festival, June 25th through the 27th, presented by Adventure RV and Power Sports. Arts and crafts vendors, a grand parade, food, music, and fun. All that and so much more at the Hayward Muskie Festival.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. We are starting summer out with a great special on all our bathroom products. Right now, you can get 20% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get your project off your to-do list now and not pay for it until later. Go to bathplanet.com or call us today to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
We're live. I don't really know how. What changed? Everything. It's a late show.
Yeah, I was born to be the greatest.
It's what I do.
Look, Mom, on the billboard, I made it.
I didn't know we were really doing this. We are live. Welcome to my bathroom.
There, you've stumped me.
This is the right answer. We have to put our heads down starting tomorrow. Come on. What is President Biden going to put into the world? Drop the mic.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
And welcome back. We got some much needed rain on Sunday night yesterday, that's for sure. all across the board. Places like Hermantown coming in at nearly 1.5 inches of rain. Here in Duluth, at Duluth International, they came in just over an inch. Superior coming in just under an inch, and Ashland coming in just under 3/4 of an inch. It's not nearly as much of a rain as we need, though. As you can see on our almanac, we're still running a departure of nearly 1.5 inches here in Duluth. Also, the other thing to look at this almanac is just how cool we were today. 62 was the high today, well below our average of 74. And last night we got down to 44 degrees, much cooler than our average low of 52. And take a look at some of these low temperatures across the board this morning. As you can see, Hibbing came in even below the 40-degree mark, 39 for last night in Hibbing. And believe it or not, I think some more of us are going to be below that 40-degree mark today. High temperatures that really hampered our high temperatures today as well. Nobody made it close to that 70-degree mark. All of us were either in the upper 50s or lower 60s, so much cooler than average. Ironwood coming in at 58, Ashland 65, Duluth International 61, Hibbing 60, 59 in Orr. So a rather cool day all across the board. Right now for us here in Canal Park, we're looking at 63 degrees with those partly cloudy skies overhead and that northwest wind and breezy at 13 miles per hour. The good news is we're seeing some more rain right now. That's going to help with the drought that we're running right now, as well as that deficit that we're running at the airport. But it's not a whole lot of rain. As you can see, it's just a whole lot of pop-up rain showers just kind of sporadically dotting the radar. And that's what we're going to see for the next, 24 hours or so. Here's how the forecast shapes up for the night tonight. As you can see, those spotty, dotty radars, rain signatures on the radar going to continue throughout the night tonight. Not everybody's going to see some rain, but I think, there's a good chance that people could see a downpour or two. Just kind of really depends on where those clouds open up. As we head towards tonight, though, midnight, we're seeing the rain showers begin to clear out a little bit. As we head towards tomorrow morning, we're waking up with partly to mostly sunny skies overhead. And it's going to be a cool one, not this cool, not this warm that we're seeing on the models. Probably talking about temperatures in the 40s as well as 30s when you're waking up for the day on Tuesday. Fast forward towards Tuesday afternoon, you begin to see those rain showers begin to sporadically dot the radar once again. Not going to produce a whole lot of rain, but any rain that we can see is definitely much needed, and we'll clear things out as we head towards Tuesday night. The big thing to talk about, though, is those temperatures. As I was talking about, tonight we're probably talking about temperatures in the 40s as well as 30s, 39 in Hibbing, 42 for us here in Duluth. But fast forward towards tomorrow, I think we're warming things up a little bit. More of us making it to that 70-degree mark since none of us got there today. And then take a look at where we go on Wednesday. I think we're all probably meeting or exceeding that 80-degree mark, at least for most of us. But first, we got another cool night tonight. Temperatures fall back into the upper 30s as well as lower 40s. Down in Wisconsin as well as the UP, most of them are in the 40s down there. Temperatures for tomorrow, 70s once again. 73 and 72 in Superior. Up here in Minnesota for us, we're talking about upper 60s as well as lower 70s. 7-day forecast shows that we're warming things up quite nicely as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday, above average once again, actually, with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. But then as we head towards next weekend, we cool things down a little bit, mid and upper 70s, but still not a bad 7-day forecast there.
Peter, I had to really keep reminding myself, the rain is a good thing. We need the rain, but I was feeling so down with the rain. It makes me sleepy and,
I mean, it's a good thing that I held off for Grandma's marathon, though.
That's true. Very, very thankful for that. Mother Nature was being nice to us. Yeah. Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
A new brewery has popped up in Duluth, hoping to give back to our nation's heroes. Warrior Brewing Company has made its home inside the old Lake Superior Brewing building in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. They just started bottling beer today. 2 local veterans own and operate the brewery, along with some of their proceeds going to veterans organizations. The company also invites veteran support groups to be part of the brewing process.
Veterans are typically pretty proud people, and they don't want to discuss their problems. And I think if they can just come in here, learn something new, I think a lot of veterans don't really know a lot about the brewing process, so this is kind of a fun, unique experience for them.
Warrior Brewing Company is now distributing its first 3 beers to local liquor stores and restaurants. They don't have a tap room just yet, but they plan to open one eventually. Well, thousands of people are expected to visit the Twin Ports for the Duluth Air Show this weekend. After being canceled last year because of the pandemic, the air show will be back at the Duluth Airport Saturday and Sunday. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels are headlining the event with performances by dozens of other aircrafts. This event is expected to bring $10 million to the region. Tickets are still on sale. We have prices listed on our website. Ahead in sports, remembering the life of a UMD legend. Kelly has more next.
Pre-order your 2022 Bennington Pontoon at RJ Sport & Cycle.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
I'm Carrie Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland, helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics. Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. Got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center is a beautiful one-level facility in Superior, Wisconsin, with 24-hour skilled nursing care. With a 5-star rating by Medicare, you can expect high-quality care. We offer a variety of services, including restorative care after a hospital stay, intensive rehabilitative therapy care after surgery, or long-term care for those who are no longer able to handle the necessities of daily life on their own. To learn more, call or visit Villa Marina Health Center in Superior.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Black Angus 80% lean ground chuck for only $2.99 per pound. And get Black Angus boneless top sirloin steak for just $6.86 per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get cantaloupe or honeydew melon for just 66 cents per pound. And get an 8 to 11 ounce package of Dole Greener Selection Classic Romaine or spinach for just $1.66. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Linen. We are starting summer out with a great special on all our bathroom products. Right now, you can get 20% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get your project off your to-do list now and not pay for it until later. Go to bathplanet.com or call us today to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Tom Curvers was a fixture in not just the Bulldog hockey community, but the greater one at that. From being a Minnesota high school hockey standout at Bloomington Jefferson to having an illustrious career in a Bulldog uniform to an NHL career that spanned more than a decade and included a Stanley Cup victory. He's surely a household name in Minnesota, but what might stand out is the impact he had on coaches and players that came after him. Curvers passed away earlier today after a 2.5-year battle with lung cancer. He captained the Bulldogs to their first Western Collegiate Hockey Association regular season and playoff titles as a senior in 1984 and was named UMD's first ever Hobie Baker Award recipient during that season. He went on to play 11 seasons in the NHL. Following his playing career, he then went on to hold front office positions with the Arizona Coyotes, Tampa Bay Lightning, and most recently, he was the assistant general manager of the Minnesota Wild. And the Wild shared this statement following the news, extending their condolences to the Curvers family. Tom's kindness and enthusiasm will be greatly missed by the countless number of people on whom he had a positive impact throughout his life. Rest in peace, TK. And UMD assistant coach Adam Krause shared this on Twitter. As a young coach, I'm thankful for our insightful conversations and how he never made me feel less than him. TK was a tremendous person who will be greatly missed. In addition, dozens of current and former UMD players shared their condolences on social media. Hibbing native and 2020 Hobie Baker recipient Scott Pernovich shared this with me, that Tom would always go out of his way to talk to him and gave him great advice throughout his time as a defenseman at UMD, adding, the encounters I've had with him have truly been a blessing and I will remember forever. Tom was a fixture at UMD men's hockey games and events. His ardent support was always appreciated. Well, in other Bulldog hockey news, UMD former defenseman JT Brown announced today that he's retiring from professional hockey and starting a career in broadcasting. Brown is heading to Seattle to work with the NHL's newest expansion team, the Kraken, as a TV color analyst on their Root Sports Northwest game broadcasts. He played 2 years with the Bulldogs from 2010 to 2012 before a 365-game NHL career with 3 teams, most recently, of course, with the Minnesota Wild. Brown is also a popular gaming personality on the live streaming platform Twitch. Can't imagine that's not going to help him in this broadcasting career. 5.5 weeks ago, Port Wing native Megan Gustafson was waived by the Dallas Wings and left to wonder what her future in the WNBA might be. Well, today, that uncertainty subsided. Gustafson signed a new deal with the WNBA's Washington Mystics. The 6'3" forward will now get to forge on with her 3rd team in the league after being selected 17th overall in the 2019 WNBA draft. She will wear number 10 and is available for Washington's game tomorrow night against Seattle. And a pair of Lynx players will be heading to Tokyo. USA Basketball today announced that Minnesota Lynx center Sylvia Fowles and forward Nafizia Collier are among 12 players named to the final 2020 U.S. Olympic women's basketball roster. The two will join Lynx head coach and general manager Cheryl Reeve, who is serving as an assistant coach for the team. This marks the 6th consecutive Olympic year in which the Lynx have been represented on the final Olympic roster. We had the trials all weekend. I am so excited for the Olympics to return.
It's very exciting. This year is just jam-packed after last year.
Absolutely is, and I'm happy about it, but it's also a lot to keep up on. But it's so fun. We have NBA finals, we have hockey, we have the trials going on. Just so much fun.
Yes.
Excitement.
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Well, tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, Minnesota lawmakers only have 9 more days to finalize the state's budget before the government is forced to shut down. Tonight, we'll hear from both sides of the aisle on the progress being made and why the legislation is at a standstill. Peter, is it going to be chilly tonight again?
Yeah, we've got another cool night ahead of us. Probably going to want to bring in any sensitive plants that you have outside, just because we're talking about temperatures in the upper 30s as well as lower 40s. So some places could hit that frost mark. Most of us staying above the 32-degree mark, though, at least down in Wisconsin and UP. They're a tad warmer with temperatures in the mid-upper 40s down there. Temperatures tomorrow, though, we're going to warm up nicely into the 70s, and then we're back into the 80s by Wednesday. Kristen?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.